Are we really recording?
We're recording. We're at 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 5, 6, go.
Hi, FlossTube.
Hi, FlossTube.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Emma.
This is not Nancy.
No.
So I know we've introduced her before on the channel, but oh, we got a little jiggly with the camera. I'll not be so excited with the elbows. But Nancy is down watching Kenna swim, and we have the nephews playing out in the out in the foyer. Or we've got a door shut. Hopefully they'll move downstairs here shortly. And so, anyways, we are here. We're here to talk about cross stitch. We are the Bougie Stitchers, though we are not sisters. We are aunt and niece. So welcome to our channel. For those of you that are returning, we do appreciate that. For those of you that have commented, we love the comments and we think they're great and we love responding and we talk about them a lot. We are getting, I think, better at maybe interacting a little bit. So we appreciate that. And for those of you who are here to check us out for the first time, thank you. If you get sent over here from another channel, please let us know. We love to make sure that we're watching those folks too. So appreciate that. I think it's where we're at.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, well, we're going to start with, well, as Emma did mention, she's like, her mother will come out of her mouth at least twice during the show, so we'll see how that goes.
Or my facial expression will
be
my mom.
Probably. All right, we are related, so we're going to go with that. All right, so moment of gratitude, we always start with that.
Yes. Are you starting or am I starting?
I'll go ahead and start. You can follow.
Okay.
So my moment of gratitude this week, this last couple weeks, is learning to live in the moment. I don't think we give ourselves enough grace to take the time, not to rush to the next meeting, to get to that appointment on time, to be to work on time, to get a finished project on time. And we just don't allow ourselves the time to breathe, to reflect, because you never know when that moment's going to be gone. We've had friends who have lost their parents this week, and it's difficult. We're fortunate. Mom's out there crocheting right now. And we know we get that time with her. You just never know when that moment is gonna, your soul will be called to your maker. So I just want to be able to say, take the time to live in the moment and cherish what we have now, because we don't know what next is. And so my moment of gratitude is giving yourself the grace to do that. And I'm learning to do that, because guys, I'm not preaching at you. I really don't do it well. In fact, my husband often reminds me, I thought you weren't working 24 hours anymore. I thought we were learning to relax. I thought we were going to cherish this time. As he was sick on Thursday and he's like, I've got 2 emails I've got to do before I... Anyways, I was just like, okay, babe, I thought we were learning to relax. Anyways, so what's your moment of gratitude?
My moment of gratitude is first responders in general, but mainly law enforcement. I have the fortunate experience to work with law enforcement as their dispatcher. And not everybody appreciates them, I think, the way that I think they should be appreciated. My dad's also a cop, and they truly put their lives on the line every day, and their families also, because it's hard to watch the person you love walk out the door and not know, every single day, not know if they're going to come back, just depending on what shift they're on.
Yeah.
And so if you just know one of them, or just say thank you and just keep them in your prayers, because we just had an incident 2 weeks ago now where we were in an officer involved shooting, and everybody was okay, and was a good outcome on our end, but it could have gone very differently. So just put an extra prayer in your thoughts for him,
and remember that our men and women they were raised in the States just like you and me, and they give their lives freely, and I just think they're amazing. And there are so many more good cops than bad cops, and those stories need to be shared too. So I'm not saying they all get it right, but we just need to make sure that we cherish those. So we've split the boys up. Apparently one's going downstairs and one's coming in here. We'll take the old man. He's the best.
We don't get the old man. We have yours.
Jack. I'm gonna kill him. Hold please.
Baby.
We're back. Dog switch. I don't know. The old man's easier to deal with than than the puppy. The puppy, we never know what's gonna happen. So, all right. Should we get to our fully finished objects?
Yes.
I'm very excited. I don't have any. I did a project bag, but I'll show you the project bag when.
I actually have one. I've never actually fully finished my own project before, and Jenny finished my last one. But I finished this one. This pattern's called the Lucky One, I think, or green and white. It's Bent Creek.
Bent Creek, yeah. Bent Creek's got some really cute quick stitches, but
it's a little like.
Was this one of your your summer camp ones?
Yes, it was, because it was the
new to me.
New to new floss.
New floss.
This is
last
weeks.
Summer.
But I found this little container at Hobby Lobby in the unfinished wood section. They were on sale as of this week. And the top is a lid. And so I just used the lid that it came with and put some fabric on it. And some quilt batting. That's what makes it fluffy.
Yeah, that's really super cute.
Yeah.
And we're Irish.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little French. That's my mother.
It's fine.
We'll claim it.
All the other ones too.
And all the other stuff we get mixed in there. All right. Well, I've got a couple FOs. So it was funny. We said, Mom, I gave her the list of things, and I'm like, Mom's like, is it a finally finished object? And I'm like, that's a good name for it, Mom, because sometimes it takes a while to get done.
For sure.
I've got a couple finished objects. So I've been talking about personal designs. I finally finished my Princess Leia. So she is all finished up. I think I'm just gonna make her into like a pillow or a tripod and use her. But that was a personalized designs off of Amazon. Remember, I was upset last week about the bait and switch. Well, I finally got her finished. I put these guys in my car as a car stitch in my famous bag, so I carry it everywhere for a doctor's appointment. If I have to go in early for work, I had my lucky mammogram this week, so
that sucks.
Well, that's fine. It's fine. It's needed. It's necessary right now. But so I finished her up while I was in the waiting room, and it didn't take very long.
When you say tripod, what do you mean? You said you were finished her as a pillow.
Oh, so it's a trifold, not a tripod.
Okay.
Sorry, a trifold. I've got a tripod on the camera, but not a trifold.
We almost broke.
Yeah, we almost broke. So that's my one, and then you got one? You have
no,
one?
I don't have any fully.
Oh, you don't have finished
ones.
objects. All right, and so my second one I have is Wicked. So this is my number 17 on WIPGO.
I think I have the copy of the pattern from Mom.
Yeah, because your mom's already done with hers. So this is by La Di Da. I do want kisses. This is La Di Da. It was my birthday start. Nancy already whipped hers up. I don't know why mine sat on the back burner and got lost, but once you just got started, it was super easy. Like, I just concentrated. I also spent like 6 hours stitching on it while we were binge watching Reacher. If you haven't watched that little show, it's wonderful. So it was good. It's I don't know what it's on. Netflix,
HBO.
HBO. I don't know.
That's
Anyways.
what we saw when we were picking Nana's show.
Oh, that's right. So those are my finished objects. What about whips?
Oh, I got lots of those. I don't finish nothing.
All right, you want to start?
Yeah.
All right.
So I have my Quaker flag. Hold on. I guess I can take it out of the bag.
So where'd you get this bag? On the internet?
Yeah. This is one of the first ones I bought. Studio 88 West. I love this bag. My mom's actually super jealous because it's got little science girls on it. And the inside is actually better. Hold on. I don't have the pattern. That's okay because this one's on my iPad. But the inside is a little periodic elements.
So I don't know if I still have the video of us singing the periodic table, but my oldest, I think I might have said, stutters, and he, for extra credit in his chemistry class, they had to sing the periodic table, and he was really nervous to do it by himself. So I'm like, so my youngest and I sat down with them. We were a hot mess. We were up till midnight memorizing the words and then singing it.
A lot of words.
And Dan stutters. So there was a lot of stop, retake. Finally, I'm like, we just slowed it way down. And then through technology, we smushed it all together and we totally had
So
All right.
this is one of my very first starts. Like this
Yeah.
I've been working on this forever. This is how good I am because I just can't focus on one project. So what is the cereal starter?
Yeah,
So,
Brenda
yeah.
and the cereal Laura.
Laura, yeah. So I actually have watched her before. She's awesome. But I start all these things, but then I don't.
Let's
finish them.
wait. Let's talk about
What?
your Hogwarts
Oh, School of
Wizardry and Stitchcraft. Where'd you get that?
Etsy, but I don't remember where. That was one of the very first when I was just getting into it, and I thought I needed all this stuff. But I realized I do have a lot of needle minders. I'm my mother's daughter.
You are your mother's
Fine.
daughter. They're very nice. And so let's see. So because she's a new stitcher, like us, like I don't mean it like that. Let's see the things you like to put in your bags. So you use your...
No, that's the only one I have.
That's the only one you have?
I gave you guys the rest.
That's right, because you don't like them.
Yeah, it's not my favorite because I think that especially with the DMC, it kind of phrase it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so,
what else you got in here? I'm totally being nosy.
I don't care. There's extra because I am a perpetual organizer, kind of in control, and I need to make sure that I have enough of everything, and so I always buy way more than I need.
Yeah, I think that's fair though, because I do that too. Like,
Like-
I'm never sure about how much. Like especially with like fancy floss, I'm like, oh, I need 2 of each piece, even though I might only have
She'll
like.
be like, well, I think I have enough, and she's good with that. Like, I wish I could be that person.
Yeah.
I just can't.
I'm not. Well, and then you got these really cool scissors.
I buy scissors like nobody's business. I love scissors
Scissors
so
are
much.
awesome. And then you got wax.
I don't use that. I thought I would really like that, but it's just not.
I think maybe silk is better with silk. Maybe?
Like, there's some projects I need it, and I notice it depends on the count too.
Oh, that's fancy. Look at, she's got her
Little Hobby
her
Lobby.
her
Threader.
threader,
Mm-hmm.
an extra needle, and then it's all held in there with
Yeah.
a magnet. Did you put the magnet in there?
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Because I don't like trying to lift up the needle from the main magnet plate, and so it doesn't.
And so it's good to, it's good if you have somebody in the family. If not, it's good to, if you find something you don't like, pass it on. Like,
I also don't use hoops anymore. You'll notice as we go through these, I don't have hoops on anything.
so you stitch in hand?
Yeah.
I don't stitch in hand. I don't even like it. I'm not even going to pretend. All right. Let's just start with my temperature chart. Because Lord knows our temperature. Oh, I'll do that second because I don't have it off the Q-snap. So I'll take off the Q-snap. I'll do my card chart. So again, my friend Leslie and her beautiful bag I take everywhere. I get so many compliments on that thing.
Want one. I would even I'd pay her and give her wool if she needed it. Like, I have some. I've won some when I was in 4-H. I got some extra.
Leslie heard it. She's got wool. But this is a little leprechaun. Actually, it's a gnome that's dressed like a leprechaun. But my number 2 son loves leprechauns, so it is not a personal design.
Is it a French leprechaun?
No, it is not a French leprechaun. You better stop because Nana watches this and you're going to get in trouble.
I'm not her favorite. It's okay. That's Drew's job.
So the joke is Drew's her favorite because
That's not a joke. That's real.
he was the baby of the family. Now we have Isabella. So, but he's an Irish gnome, and that's the company that I got off of Amazon, which is not personal design.
And my little sister and I don't filter well, and she doesn't handle that as well with that.
So, all right. So that's my
Brutally honest.
that's my one whip.
It's your one whip.
Next.
Like, you should flicking me under the table. I told you. It's gonna happen.
Which one are you going to talk about?
Oh,
So look what she has.
Oh, yeah.
Just like
I
her
have
mother.
lots. I have lots of them. That's
Lots
my
of-
favorite.
Lots of stickers. Lots of clipboards.
So I can't.
This is Steve's favorite Christmas show too. The Christmas Story.
Oh, I know it's one of my favorite. I can't show the pattern because it's the cookie exchange from Hands On Design.
Yeah.
But I got the fabric as well. And my little Grinch needle minder. I love the Grinch too. But I
We all love
started
the Grinch.
way up here, like in the corner, because I'm now starting in the corner. But I didn't realize how much extra fabric I had.
No, I think you're okay
So,
because
well,
for your finish.
Now I did, but I had to take these all out.
Oh, I see what
So
you're saying.
I had all of this done, and I was getting ready to start my next color, and then I had to take them all out because they were like right here, and it would have been too tight.
Yeah.
I was trying to make it work, but I just couldn't fudge it.
And that's in your Gammy Stitches.
I love her bags. Like those little things with the
Those
little
are
magnets.
the keeps. I'm
Ugh.
telling you.
I love them so
So-
much. I have like 4 or 5 of them now.
Oh, you've ordered from her?
Yeah, I have this one, and then I have
Oh, show them when we get there.
Grinch too.
Oh, Oh, why did I not know about this Grinch one?
I don't know. I found it on her website, and I don't know how many she had. I look all the time because she has another one. It's like a old school quilt one, and that's the fabric, and it's so pretty. I want that one too, but I don't know if she has that one anymore.
Yeah, you kind of gotta get them.
They're beautiful bags.
Is that a 31 bag that you have all those projects in?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll show that in a minute.
From Amy.
Oh yeah, like we got. Oh, your mom's sending us things.
I don't know.
Oh wow, we'll get to
Mom's
that.
always sending me.
I know. Oh, see, I was not paying attention. So the next one I worked on was my Quaker by Lila Studios. Is it Lila or Lila? There was this whole big debate, and now I can't remember which is right. Speaking of which, remind me about my correction in our BFF. Poor Staci. Poor Sandy's been Staci for 2 weeks. I gotta fix that. But I diligently worked on it. Will you help me make sure I'm in the screen here?
Yeah, you're in the screen.
Perfect. So I worked on my pumpkins here. I put these two motifs in, and then I did the spiders. And
did you do it the first time, or did you have to take it out?
I know, I learned from your mother. I totally learned from your mother. Read the instructions, people. It says right there.
She don't read the instructions.
Nancy doesn't read the instructions. I don't always either, but I learned from her, so I totally I worked on that. So this is my Friday stitch. I always pull it out on Fridays, it seems. It's just we go downstairs and there's usually a movie or two to watch, and so I pull my Quaker down there and I just stitch away. So she'll be put away now for a few days until next Friday. And then I'll pick another motif to work on and hopefully have it done before our next but I did not use the called for fabric. I think we talked about this before. I used Stormy Night. I did 14 count Ada. It's going to be huge. I should have picked a smaller count, but we are using the fancy floss. This was like one of my first projects that I tackled fancy floss with. I did buy all the DMC for it, and then I'm like, I'm going to use fancy floss. And really, when I look at it, I'm thinking there's a few places because I travel with it, not one stitch at a time. I don't know, fancy floss I like it. It just doesn't, I think, have the impact it does for some people because I don't do one stitch at a time. So, all right. What's your next one?
I think that's all. Besides,
you got your gobble couple, and let's talk autumn. See,
yeah.
I wrote them down.
I know you're better at this. Because isn't let's talk autumn? Hold on, let me check something real quick. Make sure we're doing this in the right order.
Take me out the Q-snap ball.
Okay. We can do let's talk autumn because that's not on my 5 is. Yeah. I was looking to see what my WIPGO was. So I didn't think we talked about those yet.
We haven't. They're next.
Okay. So this is Let's Talk Autumn by Hands On Design. I have also been working on this since last fall. Hold on, I started writing it down. Did I write this one down? Yeah, since September. The 5th of September. Becky made this for me. Did you see this?
No.
Yeah. Becky made, I asked her for one, and Mom's so jealous because she used the Wyoming Buck and Horse material.
So this is a journal, right? The
composition notebook.
Yep, yeah, a composition notebook, and it's got her projects right there. And our friend Becky, who made the black cases that we showed you last.
Yeah.
I just had it up with my Princess Leia. But she's so talented. She does a lot of things. She's new to cross stitching, but she absolutely
so fabulous sewer.
Yeah, she is.
She's a great quilter. But this is how far I've gotten. And this is the one that goes with it. This pumpkin is the one that came with it, and I'm stitching DMC, I think.
Where'd you get it from? Did you buy it from the Fat Quarter Shop?
No, from Fat Quarter Shop. Yeah, that she sells her stuff.
Yeah,
lot,
she
right?
sure does.
Yep, that's where I got it.
Oh, and look, you got line keepers.
Yeah, my mom doesn't like them, and I don't like them. I don't use them all the time. I can't show it
here. Oh, because
it's the on the. Well, I can show it on the back side. Hold on. Yeah. So this is on the other side if you look at the pattern, but I like it on this one because it's so small, so I can't. But if you've seen these designs, it's so tiny in here, and I like to go by row, so I just keep it whichever row that I'm on. So I'm on this one right now.
Oh, okay.
It's part of my chicks thing.
Awesome. And who made this? Is this a bag your mom made?
This is Mom made, yeah.
And look at this. Look at this, Nancy.
That one's big. Mom made a lot of my bags, and I love them.
So this is the farmer's market, and it's got the handle.
She's real good at them. She says she's not, but she's real good at them. My mom's real good at a lot of things she says she's not good at.
Yes, we know. Your mom's humble. That's the problem.
I know.
Which I mean, it's a good
It's not
thing
a
to
problem,
be.
but it is a problem
But it is a
sometimes.
problem sometimes. And she doesn't take credit where
It's
credit's
okay,
due.
because I get to brag on it, so.
We'll talk about you. You're not here.
And you can't tell me no.
That's right. You can't like smack me under the table.
Or pinch me. She pinched me right here. All the time. Man, I almost did on the way down here, too.
I never pinch my children like that. So
Well, my mom's all for corporal punishment. We turned out fine, but
we're all fine. We're all fine here. I don't know what the twitch is from. All right. So this is my temperature chart, and it's not all. I think it's caught up through like they think maybe Wednesday. So I just figured every 3 or 4 days I'd stitch some glasses.
So cold here.
I'd stitch glasses, but the funny thing is that the temperature during the day, like yesterday, we were supposed to have a winter storm. There's hardly an ounce of snow, but yesterday it was covered. But we're supposed to be almost 50 degrees today. So
how much did you guys get here?
we probably got 2 inches, maybe.
Yeah, we didn't get very much, but it was that pretty stuff. We don't get pretty snow very often, especially this time of year.
Because the wind and it just blows.
Especially like in Gillette, because we get more wind than they do. But it was like the pretty stuff, and I was super impressed. But
it was pretty. But our average temperatures, this is just in a bag that I made.
She does a good job too. I have one of hers as well. I'll show her off in a little bit too.
So this is the temperature drink chart by Christie's Corner on Etsy. She's got a bunch. She's got the she's got the drink chart. She's got I think she does have a butterfly. She's got the bookshelf that Nancy's doing. But here's my degrees. So what I've been doing is I've just been keeping the months and the temps right there, kind of like that, and then I just sit down and stitch 3 or 4 at a time. But we've been anywhere from, in February, from 10 degrees to 64. And we've only been at it for like, what, 12 days of the month?
Yeah, welcome to Wyoming.
Yeah, welcome to Wyoming. So,
but 64 doesn't always mean that it's warm. Like 64 with the wind can be cold.
Can be very cold.
Because it's that wind that like gets deep in your bones, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, it's not like the Eastern Seaboard where, where it's wet. Like, we don't have wet wind, but we have flying, freezing
There's no
wind.
humidity here.
There's not a lot of humidity.
That's the biggest difference, I think.
It's dry.
Yeah.
That's nice. All right, I gotta do my camp. Let's talk autumn, your gobble couple.
Maybe you don't have yours to show?
Well, yeah, it's right here, but I should do your gobble couple.
Okay. So I'm working on the gobble couples.
This is your Christmas?
Yeah.
So this is it. And again, look at her stick with board, because that's how her mom taught her.
This one. So I'm hoping to get more than one turkey out of this, because I just didn't cut.
You didn't cut.
No, why would I cut it? That would make sense. But I'm on the male, the gobble claws. So I just have a hard time focusing sometimes. So sometimes I work on him a little bit. Sometimes I work on him a lot. Sometimes not at all. But when I had to go home with COVID, I worked on this one. From when mom got COVID.
Yeah, so Nancy got COVID because Emma lives in the same town. She spent some time over there and got sent home from work. Because Nancy had COVID and Emma could have been exposed. She was not. I was
perfectly fine. My mom doesn't have an immune system after her shot.
Right.
And so it makes sense that she got sick. It sucks, but it makes sense. Even the last time she had COVID, I didn't get it. I got it when I went to Oregon, but I didn't get it from her the first time.
Yeah, so when Nancy had her infusion at the beginning of January, it killed her immune system. That's what the shot is supposed to do.
Yeah.
It has to do with her MS. We've talked about it before. So it killed her immune system, and she works with a population of homeless kids, and
not everybody's hygiene is up to par.
Not everyone washes hands. They share their sickness. It's not intentional, but it is what it is. All right, so this is my camp cross stitch bag. We talked about them last time. I'm supposed to be all in one color, so I picked Classic Colorworks Mermaid's Fin because my bedroom is blue.
It's pretty blue.
And this is from my Wicked Stepmother? A Wicked Stepmother.
No, we can't talk about your Wicked Stepmother.
Nancy gets very upset. But this is
she's so nice.
It's called You Are My Home, and so I'm stitching this to put in our bedroom. I don't know how I'm going to finish it yet. I haven't really thought about it, but I don't know. There's just very slight variegation because again I travel.
Oh, have you like a chunky frame that it sits kind of like the frame sits out from it?
That's what I think.
Kind of.
Because there's another one I want to do with it. Not that I want to do this with it specifically, but Hands-On Design, Kathy, she does a free chart with for her anniversary. I gotta leave it folded. And so I was gonna do this one. I think I'm gonna do it in the same fabric with the same, put the U in the blue. And then I picked this floss to go with it. And then maybe, anyways, I was maybe gonna put the two pieces together, maybe find a third one.
Oh, that would be cute.
And make it a little focal piece in our room. But I gotta get this done by the end of February. So hope is not a plan, but here's my hope. So I have, you know, when you move to a new place and you have to find new doctors and you get those, like, so I went and I found a doctor and my doctor's like, oh, you're the ripe age of 49, soon to be 50. Let's just get all the things out of the way. So I had a mammogram on Friday. I'm having a colonoscopy on Monday. That's right, Valentine's Day. I love me. So that's my weekend prep, guys. I'm gonna have lots of stitching time because apparently I'm not leaving my house for 2 days. Because
All done at once.
I get it all done.
Problem solved.
Done.
For a couple of years, and you got to do it all over again.
Well, hopefully everything is a-okay and I'm gonna do it for a while.
That's true.
Fingers crossed, please.
We'll see.
All right, WIPGOs.
Next. Oh, WIPGO.
So my number 17 was La Di Da. I was supposed to stitch on it for 10 days and I finished it. So I
have not finished it. So 5 and 17.
All right, what do you got? Oh, look at our WIPGO board. Fancy. All right,
Yeah, here's my other stickers too. There's Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, we're big bang nerds here.
I'm a nerd in general. It's okay. Ooh, I get to brag on my Aunt Jenny. She made this one for me. Hold on. Which is housing my number 5 WIPGO. Take all the stuff out, sorry. Put this, that's too. And she made this little thing. And I love it. And she did a good job too. Look how pretty that is.
I'm not snoring. The dog is.
Yeah, the dog's snoring. He's down here.
He's on
He's
my
very
lap.
tired.
He's an old my lap. His body's on Emma.
He's an old man. He's 8 now, and playing with a puppy just wears him out. And even when he thinks he's a puppy sometimes. So, it's just hard for him. But I have a lot of talented people in my family. It's nice. So
what are we doing?
Cup of tea.
I love this Cup of Tea series. I know we've talked about them, just another button company. But you have totally scored all of them, huh?
No, all but April.
April.
April's... I can buy all the buttons for it individually, but I can't get the pattern. That's all I need. I'm really sad about it.
I got the pattern. It's actually a free pattern.
Yeah.
You just have to buy the buttons that go with it. So
but that's the pattern. This is May, which is my birth month. So I thought I'd start with ours. Yeah, it's May.
Yeah. It's flowers. I thought it was the shamrock one.
No, that one's in my haul though. That one's cute. And these are the little buttons that come with it. They're very cute. I think you can see them very well, but I'm short, sorry. Did not get my mom's height.
No,
at all.
Nancy's tall. I'm average.
She's the tallest woman in both sides of the family,
Yep.
I think. And this is I just like this one.
Who'd you get that one from?
It's the one on Facebook.
Here.
Okay. Thanks. Also the dog, so it doesn't really help. You're not even in the video.
Here, look at my finger. It's amazing. It says Good Wine and True Crime. Oh, that's a good one.
I can't think of her name. She has a Facebook group. And I've bought a lot of things from her. See, my mom will come out in me. I have a really good memory actually, but not right now.
She's proving it. Oh, what are these?
Oh, those are from what's the one in Colorado? Colorado Cross Stitcher. She was selling those.
Oh,
those are milk tabs.
those are the milk tabs.
So I got a whole pack of them.
Floss
I have
tops.
more of them. But I really like them.
Sherry at the Colorado Cross Stitcher at the Loopy U, they're one and the same, but she hosted the camp last year, and then she is hosting the camp now in February. So
and here is
you're doing the
technically haul because I got.
So where'd you get that from? Did you get them at Vernettas or did you get them from the Fat Quarter Shop?
I got this. Fat Quarter Shop was these two, and then this I got from. She's a shop on Etsy. I feel horrible. So I got a pattern too from her.
She's new at this. She watches us sometimes, but it's hard when you're on this side of the camera.
Because when I'm not on this side of the camera, I don't have to remember these things.
That's right.
I buy stuff from lots of different people. But
I think it's good to support.
and I love to support them, but I don't remember all of the names. So farmhouse. I'll look at it in a minute. I'll remember.
So my
go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No,
my number 5 is Sister Suffragette, and I'm supposed to stitch 4 days on this. So I took the time and I kitted it up. And so it's the best. I love it. This is on Belfast linen 32 count. And so I saw it done in blue though. So now I'm like, I've got today to figure out, because I'm stitching on it tomorrow. That's my day 1 of 4. But on my floss drops, should look familiar because Emma made them for me and I love them. It says praise and mercy and the Christian symbol, the fish, love, hope, faith.
He's real tired. Sorry, guys.
A cross. Anyways, I just love these and they meant a lot to me, and I am a true believer in voting and standing up for what you believe in. So
Oh yeah, I do like that one. When you're done with it, I'd like it, please.
sure, I can pass that pattern. But that's from Summer House Stitchworks, and they've got in the pattern, I won't show, but they also have buttons that you can do, these buttons, and depending on which country you're from, she's got Australia, let's see, US, UK, Canada, the Netherlands, France, and Australia. All examples of the buttons that you can sew. And so I saw a lady, she shared with me on Instagram her finish, and I just love it. So I'm gonna try to copy it a little bit. But so that's my projects. That's, 5 days I gotta get this thing done. I don't have to get it done. I need to get started. And so when I built my WIPGO chart, I tried to find things that I already had the pattern for and I had picked. And I didn't go out and buy new things for my WIPGO. They were things that I had already planned and I just never got around to it. So I'm super excited to get those started. So what's your number 5? Or 17? Okay.
Farmer's Attic is the Etsy store that I got because I couldn't find sable, which was the color. It's like a dirt color essentially is what it reminds me of. For Weeks Dye Works, I couldn't find it anywhere, and I found it at her shop and I got a pattern to go with it because
we'll talk about
shouldn't travel a lot.
That's right.
So this is my Halloween Quaker. I think you made this bag too.
I did.
Yeah,
it's your coffee bag.
Yep, I love my coffee bag. I love coffee. It's a problem. Oh, these are my flash drops. Mom got them for me. Well, she made them. They're Charlie Russell. They went to my parents and I like this kind of artwork, especially my dad. And they went to the Charlie Russell Museum and Mom bought this cards and made me a couple floss drop packs. They're very hot, made her.
And these little ties are fun. They're just they're just a little. You unscrew these, and you can use D-rings. You can use these. Well, let me not pretend that I know what I'm doing. But they're not very expensive. I got a whole bunch on Amazon, and I think I got 100 pack for like $5 or something like that. It was pretty inexpensive.
I actually think I like these a little bit more than the
D-rings.
The D-rings because they're flimsy, so they kind of can be pushed and they don't pop open as obviously easily.
Oh, I'm excited to show this off.
So I didn't order the called for.
What linen did you pick? Do you remember?
Yeah,
it's 14 count, right?
It is 14 count. It's
look at the depth of this fabric and the dye, and then look at the colors just pop on it. I can't wait till she gets to the moon.
Midnight, and I got it off Etsy, and for the life of me cannot remember the Etsy store, and I ordered it so long ago because this is also when I start something, I don't start small ever. It's just not in me to do so, and so this was one of my very first starts too. Was this massive project. I'm very excited to see it finish. My little Frenchie needle minder.
You got that from Rebel Stitcher, right?
Mom got it for me because I love Frenchies. I will have a Frenchie one day. It'll happen.
So does Dan.
Love them so. They're so cute. I'll have all the dogs. If I could have like a compound of dogs, I would.
So whose dog is on my lap? Is it your dog?
Well,
with your mom's house now?
It's Mom and Dad's dog. So they bought him and his sister. We lost his sister 4 years ago now. Yep. But he was my baby from the time we got him, And they liked his joke because he bails out of my arm. My parents have like, it's like a tri-level house. And he bailed out of my arms down the steps when he was like itty bitty because they were like this big. And so he's very special. And he's not the smartest dog in the world.
He's
so
very smart. But
they joke that because I threw him down the stairs, which I did not, he bailed. Because if you met him, he goes 100 miles an hour.
And he doesn't have depth perception because of his eyes. So.
And we bought him that way, which is fine. And we love him. So he's my baby. So my dad always jokes that he gets snubbed when I'm at home and mom's at home. Because it's me, then mom, then dad. So he's my dog, but he's not my dog. He's my baby, though.
All right. What do we got for plans? Did you bring any plans?
Well, I showed the one. Oh, I have this one. Hold on. Nope, not that one. Oh, I get to show off another one of Mom's bags. She showed that one, the one that I have. Oh, here's another one. I have 2 plans. Haha. If you have plans, you can go first.
I do have 2 plans.
Okay. Perfect.
I think I have 2 plans. Well, I definitely have 1 plan.
Okay.
And I got some things, and I have some research I'm trying to get done.
Oh, research.
Yes, because we bought the tickets. We bought our plane tickets to StitchCon this week. So tickets are bought, rental cars bought, hotel's been booked. Obviously, we have confirmed we've paid receipts for StitchCon weekend A, and I'm trying to figure out my smalls exchange. That, and I'm trying to figure out needle minders. So I've been working on that. Because Nancy likes to call and remind me daily how many days. And then Pam went ahead and posts on the StitchCon website how many days. And I'm feeling
my mom's not the planner, so I don't know why she's
concerned about it. She's
very excited, though.
She's very excited to go. So,
That's cute. Sorry,
it's fine.
I'm admiring her bag as we're
I built this bag. I've got a pile of bags that I have cut that I just, I take some time. But this is just a fat quarter I found somewhere. I think I got it at the bakery. It's a fabric store that sells awesome fat quarters. And it's just some spare fabric I had. But we talked about the Sins with Friends SAL that I have joined with Bobby, and there's a bunch of us on there. Staci, Clark, there's just a bunch of people that have joined on. To say all that, we were on Bobby's Lives, Whip Parade, and we were all talking about it. She pulled this one out. So I took the time. So it's a process with me. I made the project bag. I got Denise, I believe, sent me the pattern. Thank you, Denise. I've got Annie's floss drops. So I had to cut all the fabric, or all the floss. I'm using DMC just because, like I said, I've got my other stitch along I have, she's using the fancy floss. It looks amazing. I'm using fancy floss. It looks like I'm using DMC. So I just thought with Cinnamon Stars, I'd pull the DMC. But
I like the DMC colors.
I do too.
Pretty.
I think
I like the folly.
And Steve was like, I love that pattern. And because I was looking at it on Facebook, I think, or Instagram. I was like, oh, well, I'm starting it. He's like, oh, well, you should do that one first. And I'm like, it's in a lineup, honey. It's in a lineup. But I went ahead and I tea-dyed my own fabric. So it's just coffee tea-dyed. I did nothing fancy. I took a piece of white even weave and I let it sit there in coffee. I just took Steve's espresso grounds. I mixed them up in a bowl with 3 tea bags. I left the tea bags intact. So I've got blotches of like where the tea bags were sitting, and I love it. So
that is a pretty color.
I don't know that I'll ever make it again. I mean, you get the same consistency again, but I just think, don't get me wrong. I love that French country mocha, and I think they're really pretty, but I think I got the same effect for what I did. So.
Okay, so we're gonna try again because now I'm holding my dog's head. So this is another, I can never say her name right. This is how many bags I have of hers.
Gamma Stitches?
Yes.
Gamma Treasures?
Yes, that's another one of hers.
Ooh.
The Southwestern. I lived in the desert for 9 months, and I love the Southwest and all it has to
You were a
offer
nanny.
the world. I was a nanny.
For a military family.
I was, yep, they're good.
He was a first responder?
Yep, he was a firefighter on the naval base, and he's a vet. So they were both in the Navy, that's how they met, and then she was in the Air Force. So she was deployed, he was home, and so when he was on base, because they worked 48-hour shifts, I had 3 kids. It was an experience. I love them to pieces, but it was...
Well, Well, it's tough. I mean, I think God puts children in your life in a small age so you can grow with them.
Yeah.
I think instant family would be hard.
I had 15, 9, and 4. Well, he turned 4. And they all had their own personalities, and I love them to pieces. But I am not the one that could be a full-time nanny forever and ever. My hats are off to people that do that.
But it was a good learning experience.
Oh, yeah. I don't regret going at all.
So you're going to do Bats and Booze.
I'm going to do Bats and Booze. And
learn from all, you have to count.
Yes. And so I changed.
It's not hard when you count.
So I changed the colors. She doesn't count for anything. This is what happens. She goes, Emma, fix this, and hands me a project, and then I have to fix it for her. So I got black.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
And then reverse of what it is.
A little bit, yeah. So instead of the
orange pumpkins,
the black. So
you're gonna
instead of the black,
purple?
I'm gonna do purple.
Ooh, get going on that, girl. I want to see it.
So we'll see how it turns out.
I want to see it.
I don't know if it'll turn out.
Oh, well, that's cute. Look at her needle minder.
Yeah, that's another one. I cannot think of for the life of me. I'll have to look it up.
It's candy corn in a beer mug.
It's another one of those ones off Facebook that I order. Mom orders from her all the time too.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And we'll either have it by the end or we'll remember for next time. All right.
My dog's laying on my lap. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Well, got it. I can be your Brenda.
Thanks. I appreciate you.
Brenda always puts, I think, Laura's stuff away, and then Steph always puts Pam's stuff away. I can do that job.
Ooh, here's my penny. What are they called?
Penny pulls from Michelle.
Pulls.
Oh, hang on, you've got a pattern there.
What is a freebie? I don't know where my mom got it though.
Oh, is it a freebie? Well, we should still be mindful. Here, I'll help.
Thank you.
Never mind us there.
We're struggling. I'm sorry.
We're not struggling. We're fine.
My dog is here. So this is A Little Irish Blessing by Susan Acne, A-C-H-E.
Or Ake.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Susan something. It's beautiful. It says, may your troubles be less and your blessings be more, and nothing but happiness come through your door.
It's a good
and
Irish.
I think it's a freebie, but I don't know for sure, so I don't want to show it.
All right, so I think if you were to...
My mom got it.
Oops, I dropped... Nope, they're right here. Floss drops.
I made those ones.
Those are cute as a dickens.
They're mini cards. They're mini. You can get them on Amazon. They're like little cards.
He's having a sleep. So Little Irish Blessings by Susan A-C-H-E. Go ahead and Google that. If it's free, it'll pop up and you'll be able to find it. But it looks like it's an Aurifil.
So my mom made this one also, and I love John Wayne. If you know anything about me, I love John Wayne. I used to watch them a lot with my dad when he was home, when he was a truck driver before he became a cop. And we would watch them a lot, and he would read to us. And it was just our time to like sit together and hang out with him, because he was home a lot less when he was a truck driver. But it just different quotes that he said, and again, my mom goes, it's not that great. It is. I love it. It's fabulous.
See, I think it's the intent, the gift. It's not. Oh, those floss drops. I'll get those floss drops. The puppy's not in here, so they're safe because the old man's sleeping in her lap.
Maynard doesn't care. He really, unless it's his Kong, he really doesn't chew on things. He'll pack things around, but he doesn't chew on them.
He unpacked Nancy one day. Did we tell you that story? She came up here and spent the weekend. It was the weekend that we went to the cooking class. And she wasn't, I think, originally going to stay the night. So, we washed her clothes and whatnot. And anyways, the next day she went home. And she had a few things that she had left up here that she took back with her. Anyways, that Sunday I drove to Rapid, came back, stopped in Gillette on the way back to see Mom and her just real shortly before we went to take Dan up to Billings to say all that. It was a busy day. I walk in Nancy's house and Mater has unpacked her private things, her cups, the backpack she had to stuff in was in the kitchen. I look outside and her drawers are out in the backyard. I cleaned it all up, but it was...
He packs... So when he was a puppy and his sister was around, he would pack them into the backyard and she would chew them up. But Mom, her princess, Willie was her princess and she could do no wrong. And Mater, not that Mater was not at fault at some point, but he would tell on himself. He does. He just gets in trouble and he's like, okay, I did it. I didn't mean to. And so he would tell on himself. Well, Mom would yell at him if she did it wrong. She's like that older sister, comes up and look, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm an older sister, so I can say that.
Yes. I am an older sister too, and I can say that. All right, so we have not had giveaways.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It has. We have Cheryl, if you are still interested in getting the magazine, I'm going to redraw for that here by next weekend. So if you are interested, go back to FlossTube number 14. And the word for that was season. So Cheryl did comment. I don't know if she doesn't want it, but you know, I like to give people a few times. So we'll go back and try to redraw for that here if Susan doesn't claim it by the next time we film. But for now, we wanted to give away a couple things. So please don't, again, talk about giveaways or whatever. I guess there are crazy people out there who like to stalk. If you are under 18, have your parent contact me if you should win, and I will happily send it to your parent, but not to you. But I'm sure your mom and dad could give it to you. But anyways, we've got two that we wanted to give away. One is DB Designs. So the local needle workshop in Alexandria, Virginia, it's called In Stitches. They do these grab bags, and I think it's like $10, maybe $20. They put you get a bag. You know what's in the bag because it's sealed. Like, you buy the bag and walk out the store, but it is a great way of maybe introducing yourselves. And I found some great patterns. There's just a few things in here that I know I will never stitch. And one of these is called Cross Stitch. It was a 2015 by Debbie Raleigh of DB's Designs. Anyways, this has every stitch I think that you can learn to stitch on. So if you are learning or you just have an interest in this pattern, please just talk about the word will be learn. And we would like to know how you learn to stitch. Do you learn by watching YouTube? Do you have a member in your family? Do you have somebody who encourages you? So, but that is learn, L-E-A-R-N. So how did you learn to stitch? And the second one we want to give away, I'm really not an old-time sampler. I love to watch Brendan, the serial starter, Brendan and Laura. I love what they do with their samplers. I'm just not, they're not my cup of jam yet, my cup of tea. So this is Townsend. And we thought it was super springy, so we thought we would give this one away. And we just asked that you talk about what's your favorite part of spring, with the keyword being spring. And, you know, I'm not a spring fan. I love the fact that, you know, the seasons change, but spring just becomes one big mud pit for me. And so, because we live here in Wyoming and there's lots of dirt and mud and the snow melts and it just becomes pretty sloshy. Again, that was another one out of that grab bag.
Did you love spring in any of the other places you lived?
I don't remember there being spring in any other places. In Texas, I don't feel like Texas just had 2 seasons, hot and 5 days of cold. Alexandria did, in Virginia, it blooms. It's gorgeous. So, Hawaii, there was just 1 season. We rarely ever, I mean, sometimes it dropped into the 60s and it was frigid, but not really. Alaska really it was winter. Breakup was like 2 weeks and then it was summer. Arkansas was nice, but yeah, I don't really, spring's never been like a big holiday or a big season. Here it's iffy.
I love spring. So I don't like being hot, so I'm not a huge summer fan. But spring for me is like, so my dad's family has a ranch, and so it was the time for the babies. So the calves, but it was also a time of loss too, because there's some winters here that are so hard that you lose calves, and it's really hard on our farmers and ranchers, any of their livestock. As much as people like to say it's not, that's their livelihood, but they care so deeply. And so spring taught me so much too, that spring is just a happy time. We're branding towards the end of spring, come early summer, which is just a happy memory for me. So I love spring. But,
Good.
But spring is hit and miss too. I mean,
yeah. So
sometimes
there are days,
it's snowing.
Yeah, there are days when you could put on your Easter finest and you're in your pastels and you've got snow boots and your winter jacket on and a snow hat, right? Which
it's like
always,
Halloween.
Yeah, it's like Halloween.
Like Halloween, you dress for every season.
Yeah.
And pretty much you dress for every season. Besides like a month, besides August, usually that's about the only time you don't have to dress for winter.
Yeah. All right, we got some haul. I didn't think I had a lot of haul. In fact, I was like, this video is gonna be like 25 minutes, but I got some haul, and I think it's fun because I'm really trying hard not to buy a lot because we've got StitchCon coming up, and I don't know why I think I'm saving so much money for StitchCon, but at the last Quilt Chicks that we had, I bought this lamp. I love this lamp. It's a daylight. and that's my other part of my haul. But it's, you know, got like 3 settings. And
it's wireless?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so...
Where'd you get it from?
Amazon.
Oh.
It's got a little magnifier in there. So I really am enjoying this. And in the morning when I'm stitching on that stitch that I'm not sharing with anybody because it belongs to Casey and I'm going to send it to her, I don't need it. But if I'm stitching on the penguin at night, I like it because there's a lot of changes, a lot of back stitching. So anyways, and then I bought these. I bought these off of Amazon. But
you like them?
I love them.
Mom does not. Mom has a whole bunch of... I don't either.
Oh, well, if I didn't know it, I'd taken your mom's.
You should have. You should ask.
Nancy? Serious?
We have co-ops of things.
Yes.
You could have asked.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know they were available.
She has them in her drawer that she never uses.
Anyways, I didn't know.
I brought them for you.
I would have used them. But I do like them. Just because some of the projects, I like grime guards, and sometimes my grime guard, I don't know, I just like them. Anyways, I only got them this week. I've got them on 2 projects. Excuse me as I push my glasses back up. So that's what I got. Well, I think that's, what else did I get for haul? Oh, I got my Be Stitch Me.
Oh, I didn't bring mine. I got the same one though.
Oh, what size did you? You got Lugana?
No, I think I have Ada, but I have 18 count Ada, I think this time.
Oh.
So I did the any count on Ada. Any Ada count.
Oh.
So I really like her stuff.
I do too.
I haven't had the right project to stitch on it yet, but the colors she comes up with, like the fall one, was so pretty.
Yeah, Brandy does a great job. So I did email Brandy and ask her to switch me to a 28 count. I kept it at the Lugana, but I don't know. I just want to get a variety of things that I can reach in and pull out. I really like, I mean, for right now, I'm loving what I did with that even weave I got from Hobby Lobby, but I do like this fabric. I like the way it, yep.
What she calls it this time.
Yep.
I got the same one, except I got Ada, and I think it's 18 count, if I remember correctly.
All right, I talked about these. These are what I got off of Amazon. There are smart and cool silicone ties is what they are.
Magical Minders is the needle minder place.
And
it's a Facebook group, and she has lots of different, I've gotten Christmas ones, I've gotten the true crime and the Halloween ones, and she, not always, but she usually sends like an extra little freebie, so it might be a smaller one, but I love them. She has lots of options. She has like horror shows and all of the things. I forgot to show this one. So I think they shared this, one of their first ones when they were here, and they shared a bunch of my projects. But so I finished that one, and I'm going to use these
Conchos.
My conchos. I bought these at Hobby Lobby. It's the seal, and then a star, and then there's a buffalo nickel in there. And then I originally bought a lot of stuff here. I originally bought this for it, but I'm just not loving the way it was going to be finished, and so I think I'm going to get a book, an old book, and use the way that Mom and Aunt Jenny did theirs too. But I'm just going to restack it.
Oh, okay.
It's okay right here. What else do I have? Oh, I have lots of haul. This came with my Sable, I bought this one as well because I didn't want it to travel alone. It's Hands-On Design Cranberry Christmas. I think it's one of her 2019. But I thought it was super cute and will be fun Christmas stitch. And then bought all of, so I finished buying the rest of this series except for April.
The Cup of Tea series from Just Another Buying Company.
So here is June. And the ones to go with it. Here's how unorganized I am today. That's the stickers, or the buttons to go with it.
Maybe I have April. Let me check. Don't let me forget. Yeah, check.
It's just sold out on the website, so. But you can get all the individual buttons, but I just really want April, and then I'll be complete. This is February. Try not to show the pattern. And
in February, is it a heart? What is it?
It's like leaves, maybe. It looks like maybe kind of springy, maybe. That's what they're like, maybe coming into spring, kind of. Because those are the buttons that go with it. He's snoring, I'm sorry.
It's fine. You're old man alone.
And then August is like summery, like end of beachy on the summer kind of. That's what vibes it gives me. It's got a little fish and cattails. That's what we call them here. Is that what they're called? Cattails?
That's what we call them.
And this is March, so this is very much kind of spring. The September one is super cute. I have that one at home, but it's like
February. I couldn't get September.
Well, I have September.
Maybe I have April. I don't know. I'll pull out what I have.
And then September was one of my... And then I got this one too. So I just happened to be looking, and I loved the buttons that came with it. And I found this button group, and I was like, I wonder what that comes with. So you never know what the pattern will be, because they send you... And this is the pattern, and I think it's super cute, and I'm really excited to stitch this up. But... Oh, and I got this. Hold on.
No, did you get that at Hobby Lobby?
The silver thing too, and then this one I got at Hobby Lobby. I think it's gonna fit my gobble couples nicely, because I'm doing my gobbles on 14, because that's what I started doing them on.
I
don't know for sure. I could be wrong.
Well, I've got a 14 count gobble couple I think I have done that's not finished. We can pull it out and try it if you want to see.
Or I'll use it for something else. I just think it's super cute.
All right, so the Fat Quarter Shop, you know, I think I really enjoy the Fat Quarter Shop and what they bring to the table, but this was my January, and so sometimes you get going in things and you forget or you're not paying attention. The Fat Quarter Shop, I signed up for Weeks Dye Works. I wanted some fancy floss to build my stash. I've not quite been in it a year, and I didn't realize that they tell you what each month is going to be. Like, if I had just like taken a few minutes and slowed down, you read things, pay attention, know what people are billing you for.
Related, huh?
Yeah, we are a little bit. Anyway, so this January was Cool Blue, and you can go on the website and you can see what each month is going to be. I think they do it every 6 months. You can see what the next, whatever it is. So anyways, I got my January, but my credit card, my debit card was compromised.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
I thought maybe it was yelling at you again. It was telling
on no, it does tell on me. I think I mentioned it last time that it was, but it was, the bank caught it really quick. We did a dispute. They paid us back the less than $40 that had started to hit on our account. But right after I called the bank and said, hey, that's not me, shut it down, I think I must have been hundreds of dollars of charges hit my account for things like Christian Mingle, Farmers Only, like every dating site in the world. I'm married, and I've been married for a while, like
long time.
Almost
as long as you, mom and dad have, right?
28 years, I think.
Yeah, more than long.
Yeah. So we got married, but don't yell at me. Steve doesn't watch these anymore. The newness is worn off. I think I think we've been together for 28 years, married 27, or maybe we'll be 20. Anyways, we've been together 1 year longer than we've been married. It was a very quick romance. Speaking of Valentine's Day, I'd like to know how you met your significant other.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Let's talk about that. Steve tripped over a chair in a bar, and then literally, there was only one of us
that's
of
awesome.
age to be in that bar, because I had just turned 21 and he is 6 months younger than I am. So one of us was in the bar legally. Needless to say, I just walked in. I was with my friend Tony. We just gotten off of work. We walked through the place. We were meeting a group of our friends, and this guy trips over a chair. Now, he doesn't fall on his face, but he does stumble. And he kind of looks up and he says, do you want to dance? And I went, me or my friend? And he's like, you. And I went, because mom always said it takes a lot of courage for somebody to ask someone else to dance or to go out. And you don't have to dance a slow dance with that person. You don't have to allow them to touch you. But if you want to dance, then go dance. And so I said yes. And I think we danced most every dance the rest of the thing. And then he calls me the next day. I told a little fib about some football team that I knew nothing about, because, I can do offense.
Cute.
He was cute. He's still cute. Still a hunka. Anyways, we've been married for a long time, so that story just makes me giggle. But I would love to hear how you met your significant other.
My parents met on a blind date. They were set up by mutual friends. Well, technically they met before then, but
they didn't start their fanciness until the blind date.
They didn't even really start the fanciness on the blind date. Okay, my parents are not emotionally like lovey-dovey people. They're just not, which is probably why my sister and I are still not also. But
They do love each other. It's just not like mushy,
just-
it's not
yeah.
Hallmark sucky
Oh,
face.
no.
That's nobody in our family, so don't think that I'm asking that. But anyways, we would love to hear how you met your significant other. So we've given you 3 assignments. 1, if you want to learn, how did you learn cross stitch? 2, tell us what you love about spring. And 3, if you don't.
How did you learn to quilt? Sorry.
How did I learn to quilt?
Yeah.
My friend Dawn and your mom.
Oh, okay. That was a weird moment.
Yep, that's how I learned to quilt. Dawn showed me, and then I did one quilt. I did a couple others, like real straight, basic, put some squares together, and now I'm experimenting. And your mom and the Quilt Chicks ladies have been great too. So let's talk. So we're gonna talk about mail now. Our bougie mail.
I don't have mail. I have more haul, so she'll do bougie mail while I do haul.
Just Cross Stitch magazine came in. I don't know that I'm a fan again. I want to be. I do like their Halloween. I did love what they did for Halloween.
Well, you could always pass it on if you don't.
We're
like
gonna
what's
pass
in
it on. I'm gonna let your mom look at it, or you can look at it. And then I did get my American Quilter. I am a member of the American Quilter Society, so they've got like some fun quilt patterns in here. I don't usually stitch but anyways, there's some cool quilt patterns in there, and I believe in supporting these societies, these organizations, because that's how we learn, and that's the community that you want to belong to. I also got some really cool cards from Mom. Mom makes these awesome cards, and I love to send them out, so there's always an opportunity for you to receive some bougie mail and a card from my mom. So thanks, Mom. But they're fun. It says like, make today so good, yesterday gets jealous. I think that just kind of focuses back on giving yourself the grace to learn and do, not do better, but be better, or be in the moment. And you never know, when the life situation could change. So they've got some really fun, inspirational sayings in there. All right, I've got some more mail, but what do you got?
She's our sappy relative, so she has all of the sappy. It's okay. We love her stuff. I love Disney pieces. So I found these at a little charm pack at Hobby Lobby. And it's Peter Pan and like Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. Like I like the old school Disney. I don't dislike the new school, but I'm a VCR kid. That's how I grew up watching Disney movies. So and then again, just my little fun cactus and guitar and a horse. Faith can move mountains. I like that saying a lot. These are just some other fun ones. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with these, but
You make them into ties for your bags.
Have lots of little things.
Holes for your bags. So I think it's important that we plug, and I think we try to plug small businesses. But my friend Tommy is a newly retired Air Force vet like me, and I joined her page. So she sells Park Lane jewelry. She has no idea I'm talking about this today, but anyways, Tommy Grant. If you're interested in anything, if you like to buy jewelry, or if you're interested in maybe looking at some. Anyways, I received this pair of earrings from her, and I wore them to work on Wednesday, and I got so many compliments on them. They just kind of sit on your ears.
They're big, though. They
are kind of big, but I don't know why. I mean, they were just there's some pressure here to find that hole in my ear that I've had since I was like 7, maybe 6. But I don't know. They were just
that's pretty.
They just sit right there on the curve of your ear, and I had so many compliments. Anyways, if you want to join her Facebook group, she does new member of the month, and we'll send you a goodie if you get picked. Anyways, I love my earrings. Thank you so much. Okay, go in the. Wow.
You're
struggling today.
It's all right.
Got my earrings on. All right. So, Tommy Grant. Tommy, thank you so much for my earrings. I don't think she watches my FlossTube, but I honestly, it's Park Lane jewelry. It seems like good quality jewelry, and I really appreciate it. All right. BFFs.
Oh, Staci's not Staci.
Staci is not Staci. So we get so excited when we get to doing these things, and we feel like, oh my gosh, like we're at an hour now. Plus, that's an hour of this before we stop the video. Like, I was worried we were only going to have like 30 minutes, but we just get to talking and having a great time. And I got so excited about Sandi, who we called Staci. Don't ask. We did try to fix it, but it did make us giggle. I'm sorry, Sandi. I grew up with a Sandi and a Staci. Staci was my best friend through, I think, 6th grade through 12th. And then Sandi and I sat next to each other and as alto clarinet players, like through like 5th grade. 5th grade through 12th. Like, we were band geeks. So I'm not kidding you. Like, I don't know why I mixed them up, but her name is Sandi with an I, and she is amazing. I think some of you might have went and found her anyways. We tried to fix that in the description box, but so we just wanted to give another push for Sandi, Stitching with Sandi. She's, like I said, she's great. She's got a great story. She's got all the things about her. We also wanted just to give a shout out to SamBrie Stitches. So Becca has been a great crown straightener for Nancy and I, and we really appreciate that. We really love her videos. She likes to share Oregon with us, and you know, she gets to live there on the West Coast, and it's beautiful. And it's mountainous, and I say mountainous, I mean they've got tall pines. It kind of reminds me of here, only they have the ocean too. So I think it's great. And
is she right on the coast?
I think they're close because they go there a lot.
Oh, so it's the viney, like the underbrush, like the cool foresty.
Yes,
thing.
like I think
a pine forest.
Yeah, it's great. So, but she likes to share those adventures, and she'll walk along the shore where the logs have been washed up, and it's just really great. So she does this thing where she goes through her patterns for the season. Like she just went through I think they were her winter patterns, and then I think she went through her Valentine's Day patterns, and I think it's great. It's an enabling moment. It's great to be able to see that. So we kind of had 2 BFFs this week. One is a correction from last time. Sorry, Sandi. We totally messed your name up. It's not Staci's mom. You are Sandi. And then Becca from SamBrie Stitches. And we did an interview with her, and
it was pretty funny.
It was fun to do. And it was different because Nancy and I weren't there like codependent on each other. We were actually...
My mom still didn't talk. I gave her a hard time for that.
I know. And I was trying not to answer questions because I always feel like I talk over her, and I don't mean to. So, and my mom yelled at me for touching my hair in the videos. So that was our BFF for this week. Quilt Chicks. I am working on my number 6 project, and I picked a background color, and I love it. Only to say, I got a little ripping and seam ripping to do.
That's pretty.
So I picked a grunge. I picked a blue grunge. Hi, Mater. So, and I just love the way the grunge, I didn't want to do black because it was going to be too dark, I thought, but I
like the blue. It's pretty.
Yeah, the blue.
And it's got some gray in it too.
Yeah, which is where I really wanted what I wanted to do. But this one's a stitch in progress. I haven't fixed it yet.
I think the blue kind of pulls that gray a little. It's like a blue-gray color, the actual blue, so I think it does the job of a gray, too.
Yeah, I love it. It's just kind of a real neutral. Anyways, I'm working on I don't have too many done.
Oh, have you ever seen, I wish I could remember, my dad's mom did these big I want to call them morning stars. They're not morning stars.
Destin?
They're these huge stars, like, he's switching laps. He's getting hot is what's happening. And she did them, like, there were these big, beautiful rainbow stars. It's an older style of
Dresden. That's a
Dresden. What they are?
I think
it's like one big star, and then there's a main background.
We'll have to look. There's a couple different patterns that way.
But that's kind of what that reminds me of a little bit.
So that's a pinwheel. That's a free pattern from Jordan Fabrics. So Jordan Fabrics, she's really a great way to learn to quilt too. Is she shows, and she makes it look super easy. And I think that sound of her machine is relaxing. I'm like, oh.
Those comfort sounds though. That's so true.
All right. Where's your quilt chick project? What is it?
I showed it's my nerdy, dirty, inked and curvy one.
And it's got to be fully finished, so she's got to get on that because they're due March 12th.
12th? 19th.
No, it's the 12th because we couldn't get them room on the 19th.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, she sent us a little note. So, I think I covered all the things I stitched on. Oh, the penguin I cannot show you. That's Casey's project. My temperature chart, wicked temperature. penguins, quacker. All right.
So organized.
All right. So now we're going to do the Wheel of Doom.
The Wheel of Doom. The horrible sound that my mom always cringes at. It's a pretty bad sound, but.
Bougie Stitchers. Spin the wheel.
You have a whole folder just being there. That's awesome.
I do. I have to. I haven't spin the wheel in like 13 days, it says. Oh, this is a good one.
Random facts.
Random fact about you.
Oof. I don't know. Random fact. Why am I first?
Because you're first. There's pressure.
A random fact about me. I don't know.
What about something with
I already shared that I lived in the desert for 9 months. That was a lot of fun.
weren't you the president of something?
Oh, I'm a part of that. That's a random fact, I guess. I'm a part of an organization called Skillsusa. It is nationwide. It's bringing business and students together to create students that are we call it job ready day one. And we teach students vocations. So it's nursing, welding, we have engineers, we have pretty much anything. In bigger states, they do boats, like mechanicking on boats and stuff, and airplanes. I think it's the greatest organization ever. But I was the state president one year. I was chapter secretary the first junior year, and then I was the treasurer for the year before that, and then now I help run the scoring in our state, and I try to help our state director in any way I can.
So she gives back.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an organization that you kind of they gave to you, and you're now giving back to them.
Yeah, so I started in junior year. My cousins did it, on my dad's side, and they were welders, and I thought that was what it was. That was it. So when I thought I wanted to be a teacher, they have a teaching, it's early childhood education, and you create a lesson plan. So I started competing there, and I just fell in love with, and a lot of it is student led. So we try to have the advisors step back and let the students plan, volunteer. They have to reach out into the community, and we just had a Guernsey Sunrise, I think, which is a town in Wyoming. I believe I got the school wrong. I feel horrible, but they built little insulated dog shed almost for a rescue in their community, and our students do so much for their local communities. So I don't want to ever stop doing it. So we'll see.
Good. My random fact. I was the first female Fox platoon leader in the Army. So I spent my first 6 years of service. I graduated Army ROTC. I had a full ride scholarship, so they paid for, I think I had to pay for my books, but they gave me a book stipend too, so I didn't have to pay that much. And so I was commissioned as a chemical officer in the United States Army, and they just had opened up the Fox reconnaissance platoons to women, and my friend Alyssa and I will arm wrestle over it, because I think we both took our platoons on the same day, or about the same day. So we had to arm wrestle over who was the first, but I claim it was me. I let her claim it was her and her. But anyways, we were
What
both.
does that mean? What does Fox mean? What is that?
It's the vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So we're reconnaissance. At the time they were the M93 Fox, and they were new to I don't want to say new to the Army, but in the early 90s we acquired them with Desert Storm, and they were always, because they ran forward of the line of departure where we normally don't. At the time, now granted, this has been a hot minute, 26 years ago, women weren't allowed in the front lines. And so...
that's quite cool.
But I was the first in the Army, and so that's my little claim to fame. And it was great. The men that I served with, they didn't care that I was female. They cared that I knew what I was doing. And there were some learning lessons. My platoon sergeant a couple times pulled me aside. He's like, "Ma'am, let's get your crap together." Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. All right. And then there was, you don't want to make the same mistake twice, right? So, but it was a great experience. So that was my one random fact about me. I'm sure there's a couple others, but that's a random fact
That's
about
a pretty cool fact.
All right. Well, we have got about an hour and 20 minutes or so with you. So we are super excited that you could join us today. And
aren't we filming your floss?
Yeah. So we'll go ahead after actually, it's much more organized than when Nancy and I do this together. So I think Emma's got a secure seat as a good follow-on second there, Nancy. But we're gonna go ahead and do a filming of my craft room afterwards, and we'll kind of walk through what things are and what we like. And I think we're gonna go grab some pizza at Bighorn Pizza. It's supposed to be the best pizza in our area. We're dying to find some good pizza because we haven't found it yet.
We have good pizza. Well, Pizza Carrillo and Gillette.
Yeah. Well, that's a Gillette.
You come to Gillette.
I do come to Gillette a lot, but we would love it.
Shared it now way more often than I really used to.
I love it. So we would love it if you would like the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and hit that bell so you know when we pop up little things. And we're going to try to pop up a few more things here and there. Projects that we do, things that we're working on.
You guys should do, I know they do a lot, but you guys should do a project bag tutorial.
We could do a project bag tutorial because we have a couple different ways that we all put project bags together, and we could like just kind of walk you through how we do that. Because again, we're bougie. We like a lot of things. We don't have a big budget.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I have wool. You can keep the rest of it. I've got quite a bit of it, so if you need wool, I'll send it to you. I promise, and I'll send you money to do the bag because I really want one.
All right, Leslie, I'm drumming up some business for you. But until then, we just ask that you give yourself the grace to learn. Be kind to those around you, especially your men and women in the police, law enforcement, firefighter, EMT, first responder area. And happy stitching. I can't reach for the So this is the walk into my craft room. We live in an old schoolhouse. Remember I talked about my craft room being across from my laundry room? So here we are. My bedroom. It's Jack's little home where he likes to sleep at night when we put him in there. This is, I don't know, it's the end of our hallway. It was a great little nook that our the guy who did our home, when he flipped it from an old home in the 80s to what we're living now. So it's a great little storage area. And then you come into my craft room. Look at my window. We have 4 huge windows in the front of our house. I absolutely love it. So when you walk in, try not to make anybody seasick. This is where I have my kids' artwork. You will see, I had this hanging in my office. It says the ability is what you're capable of doing. Your motivation determines what you do, and your attitude determines how well you do it. And I always kept that hanging in my office. This is Andrew's artwork. I always think it's important to celebrate those things that Andrew always colored in one color, and that was brown. So the fact that I got something in color. These are from I think they're my Nana's, meaning my great-grandmother. But I have floss drops. This is how I keep those organized. This is a piece from Hobby Lobby. I keep my floss that's not put on floss drops just right there like that. And that goes down for a couple drawers. My fancy floss, I guess it's in the next drawer down. So I've got to find a better solution, I think, for these, but for now, that's how I've got them set up. All right, I walk into my closet. Are jackets of random sorts that I don't ever know what to do with. Those are my ironing projects I haven't gotten done. Those are my quilt tops. Some of them have backing, some of them don't. So those are all on the way of getting them sandwiched and quilted. I do my own quilting. I really need to do a better job, but I'm learning, so I'm okay with it. These are just fat quarters. Here come the dogs. This is the ever famous case that I put all my cross stitch in as we get ready to film. That's for my physical therapy for my neck and my shoulder. Those shelves are shelves that I just keep supplies in, random things. Those boxes are my scraps. When I quilt, I do my scraps in 10, 5, and 2.5. inches squares. That's just some 8s and big rolls. Coming out of the closet, that used to sit next to my chair, that basket, but now it sits back here because we have a puppy, as you like to hear. That is Daniel's artwork. This piece of artwork is from my sister-in-law and my niece. They made that for me for my retirement, and it just means the world to me, so I keep it in here because it makes me happy. Going down, this was my mom's baby chair, and I've got a frog in there that I quilted. And then this is just fabric storage. So there's my cross-stitch fabric. I think I got a Tula Pink quilt in there. And that weight is what I use to cut fabric with. So my shelves don't make me happy. I just put things that make me happy and inspirations. I love buttons, but this was a card I picked up in Florida when I was TDY with my deputy. And this is Be the Change, and I think that's important, not to take things. The other inspirational piece I have is by Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And I think that's important. And there's my angel from Annie. These are just the kids' books. Another piece of history is just DC and the cherry blossoms. We had them in DC, and then we have them in Hawaii, so I'd love to. There's my camel from Afghanistan. I can't remember who gave that to me, but they gave it to me for helping them, and something I did for them in Afghanistan. That is the eagle from, I think it was Senior Airman Montoya, and her crew gave to me when I left there being their MPF commander. There's my shelf that you always see behind us. I take the time to change out those stitches randomly. There is my Tree of Life, my yoga lady. This is my happy place, the boys when they were younger. Mom made this for me and sent it to me when I was in Iraq. I think that's a great saying. I think it's true. Just quilt books, patterns, more kids' books. I don't want to get rid of the boys' books. I'm making you seasick again. I'm sorry. Remember, Nancy and I talked about being in our pincushion exchange, and so these are some of the ones that I have either collected or were given. For my birthday, I got this inspirational quote book I like to flip through. My husband bought me the sunflower painting. This is where I should be keeping my glasses, and instead I toss them when I walk out the door. Needles, pens, papers I draw on. I do like a good labeler. More books. Those teacups I want to make into pincushions, so I've just got those stashed. Here's my project rolls, material. Mom and the boys made that for Steve and I for one of our anniversaries, and so it just means a lot to me. I was nominated for Homecoming Queen in college. I think I was like first runner-up, but you know, still a runner-up. My sister-in-law mailed me that flag. One of my squadron commanders, when I was a group commander, took us all to see Beautiful Bobby. Not see him, it was a memorial that they had set up for him, and we all got bobbleheads, so it just, you know, made me giggle. This is my stack of patterns in my Tula Pink bag. This is yet more projects that are all in some sort of WIPGO ready phase. My big beautiful window, that's a project bag I've got in the making. This is where I have all of my projects that I'm working on. This painting was painted by a 14-year-old in Afghanistan. The red is significant because women in Afghanistan would wear blue, so they all look the same and you couldn't pick them out. And she sold birds to feed her family, and it was significant for him because women don't normally are the providers in their family, and so he made a point to emphasize that, and it just warmed my heart, so I bought it. Dan made this piece of artwork for me. My needle minder kit. Nancy made the patchwork for me. It was a fat quarter Fat Quarter Shop free pattern, I think last year, 2 years ago, maybe not last Christmas, it was the Christmas before. So I'm pretty sure you can find it on her website. This is where I put all my sappy shows on. I like to binge watch that we talk about, and more material. They're out there having a good time. And this is my wall of random things. So Daniel swims for Randolph College. My grandfather gave me this poem, and it means the world to me. This is senior. I met her as an airman, but she's now a senior master sergeant, which is the second highest enlisted rank you can hold. So she was an amazing inspiration for me. Just her story and where she is, but that was on her re-enlistment when we re-enlisted her into the Air Force. It's my penny pole. This literally came out of a Dove box, but it made me so, wisdom has two parts. Having a lot to say and not saying it. Sometimes in the military, you just got to know when to shut your mouth. So, you know, keep that in mind. This one makes me happy. This is my yoga lady. My sea turtle. All right. That's us. That's my craft room in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed the tour. It's where I like to create. See you later.
Nice.
That's what I do.
All right, until next time.
Until next time, happy stitching.